You know what? If the aliens don't sleep, then neither do I. Okay? It's time for us to decode some more transmissions, get some more messages here in the message from deep space. We left off. I'm like multiple episodes ahead of what YouTube has seen. So, no clue if you hate everything that I've done in our dictionary. There's been like so many people that have called me stupid over the past couple episodes. So that's fun, but then I look at where I'm at and I'm like, you know what? I'm happy. New transmission here. So let's take signal 24 here. We're just going to call him and A for right now. I like the idea of just maintaining this. So what do we have here? Let's also, many of you had said that the global default for new words, I'm just going to make it, no space, right? And recompile, and, this is interesting, actually. I would have expected the equals to be up here. Right? Does that, or is this for, this technically wouldn't have hit the global, right? So you're, yeah. Okay. Let's do this, because this is just a cleaner way of looking at this for right now. 0.875 is 1 and A equals 1. 0.125, 1 and A equals 0. Okay. 1.98, this is rounding. This is rounding is what this is. Okay. Yeah. So rounding to 1 decimal place, rounding to 2 decimal place. Yeah. Okay. So the answer here is, if we're rounding to 1 decimal place, this is going to be 3. This is just going to be 3 here. But let's confirm that, and then we'll add in how we want to do this. Yeah, okay, that looks good to me. So then let's adjust you. So this is going to be round. I suspect this latest signal and A involves approximation, but how come there's a wrong number of digits? Well, I mean, I don't think that's necessary. I think I understand it, man. Really? That's your input? Thinking. Do not rush. Oh, sorry. Might have to do with base 8 to base 10 conversion. Floating point numbers struggle with different bases. Floating point numbers, think decimals or base 8 decimals or binary decimals, since base 8 deals with eighths and sixteenths, while base 10 deals with tenths and hundredths. What we call 2.1875 can be represented in base 8 as just 2.25. Gotcha. Okay. It's the same precision, same value, but built with different components. Interesting, I think I follow, though I still hate base 8. I thought you had slain that beast earlier with the base 10 update. That update made this beast. If we stayed in base 8, we would see the proper number of digits. So, are you going to fix it and keep us in base 10 still, please? Update coming soon. Okay, so I got to figure out how to do base 8 approximation, which might be kind of messy. But we know that this is rounding. That said, I do want to think about this in like more detail, because maybe we can just do RD for round to make this a little bit smaller, and that way this stuff fits on one page. So 4.5 rounded to 1 digit goes to 5. That makes sense. 2.1875 rounded to 2 digits is 2.25. This rounded to 1 is 5. So we're dealing in 2 5s, 5 zeros, 7 5s in this scenario. So then 2.25 rounded to 2 digits is just to 1.25, right? Because that would be it rounded to 2 digits, because in base 8, that's... Okay, never mind. Never mind. Oh, wait, rounded to 2 digits, sorry. So this would be 2.4? Is this correct? This gets rounded to 2.4 because it's 2 point... Okay, no. look at these in more detail, man. So 2.8125 to 2 digits rounds to 17. But this rounded to 1 digit is 16. Which is fascinating to me. Brother, I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm never gonna understand this. Because I'm not positive that I understand the conversion here. Like, this is hard to wrap my head around. Let's read this again in detail. See if we can understand it. So, how come there's a wrong number of digits? Good question. So, base 8 conversion. Since base 8 deals with eighths and sixteenths, while base 10 deals with tenths and hundredths, what we call 2.1875 can be represented in base 8 as just 2.25. Same precision, same value, but built with different components. So this rounded to 2 decimal places. But if this is equal, right? Then I guess I have confusion. Why are we doing equalities here? Unless it's implying that this rounded in base 8 to the second digit is 2.25. So if we're going 21.25 rounded to the second digit, is the implication here that this is 21.1875? I don't think that this is correct, right? Because this would not make logical sense to me. Yeah, which is good. I think that's accurate. 21.75? No, you hate me. Is this just 21 at this point? Yeah, okay. I really am not positive that I understand these, but that's fine for now. Our newest signal is next in line. No gaps in our dictionary. Happy dictionary, happy life. I still don't get what that means. Come on, Carrie. Happy dictionary, happy life? I heard you guys the first time. Okay. Wow, this is a complete mess, for sure. So this is pi. This is Euler's number. Sorry, I called his name wrong. So this is rounding it to a certain number of digits, is my bet. So this would be rounding to 6 digits, but it's rounding it You're rounding weird though. So look at this, I guess. So, well, look at the top one. First of all, call you and A just to get you out of my system a little bit here. So 3.14159265 etc. 3 blah 6 round. So then that goes to 3.1416. So the 3 is telling how many decimal places. But then well, that's not necessarily true because wasn't this... Maybe it is. Maybe round is just to round and then this is number of decimal places. So then in here, this would be if we're rounding to 2 decimal places. But this is in base, well, we're rounding to 0 decimal places. But we're rounding to... okay, yeah. This is 2.8. Is that accurate? Just show me the money. I think in my head I understand it, but trying to say it out loud doesn't make any sense. So this is like... places, right? Something along those lines. So 1 divided by 3 is 0.333. And then... and A. I mean, I don't think places is the correct thing here. What about this is something like this, man? Where it's just kind of an approximation, right? And then 1 over 3 rounding to the third digit. We need the update divide, man. We're still getting screwed over by some of the yield formatting issues. But that's okay. I still wish that we could put the double... I feel like it's not possible, but maybe I'm crazy. The double colon this guy. Isn't there an option to break on double? See, the problem is that that's not... I want it to break before it. So if we have a double... You know what I'm trying to do, right? It's like, if it's a double, then have both of the double on the same line. Maybe this will be better just from a... I don't know, this is so much worse. That's so much worse. Just do this, man. Do this, and then on double break. That's fine. So, 1 is... What, 1, 3... Wait. 1 over 3... rounded to the third position. 2 over 3 is 0.666. But then to the third position, this is what's so weird. It's definitely, I mean, I guess it's not weird. Now, do you like 0.666 or do you want 0.666? You might just want 0.666. Although, I don't know. Maybe you don't. I guess this may not actually be correct. Yeah, it's not going to be correct because we're still in base 8 conversion. I need the approximate after this. That's why it's getting screwed up. Since that's the whole point of this section. I don't think the approximate symbol is necessarily correct, by the way. I think I just need him to tweak this so I don't have to do this anymore. Okay, new update. Does round work with decimals now? Yes. Okay, good. Good. That makes me much happier because I did not understand that at all. Sometimes you speak as if you aren't a human. Oh? I just meant that our rounding would make sense to the aliens since they use base 8. I see. You are a human, right? Yeah, okay. That's good. So, what do we got here? This is definition 0. And then we're looking for the count of this. So, 1, 2... I mean, this is... You're teaching me, like, a list, right? An array. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, this is 7, right? So, okay, it's not. I have another idea. This is peculiar, but I'm pleased. Oh yeah, what you got? Last transmission, we defined this mathematically. Here, I'm not sure that's the case. They're stretching its definition. They're making its meaning more abstract. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely don't think that this is even remotely correct as a symbol. Is the answer 1? And I'll tell you why I like the answer of 1. No, it's not that either. Okay. So then... If we're counting... Well, count the number of numbers, right? Okay. And then let's do a sum. So this is 6, 30, 45. Did I do that math quickly in a way that works? Not 45 either. Okay. So we're looking for the count of definition 0. But we have our approximation decimal point tracker counter in here. So, I mean, is it really... We already used that. That's fair. Can't really do a decimal point. What if we just call it decimal? So 1, 2, 3, decimal, 14, 15, 16. There's 7 things in here. We've tried 7. 1, 2, 3, 14, 15, 16. Decimal, I don't like decimal. Can we look at the previous couple transmissions, man? So, the problem is I don't understand the rounding, so it makes this very hard to unpack. You're rounding to the second decimal position. But then putting that in here is different from the rounding. You're teaching me something else. What are you teaching me? 1, 2, 3... 14, 15, 16. With something in here. A decimal point round. I don't know. I don't know what this is. How about... What about if this is... What if you're teaching me, like... mean, median, stuff like that. So, like, if this is 1, 2, 3, 14, 15, 16, the median of that would be 9. Well, it'd be 8. It's in between. 8.5. I don't really think I like that, for the record. Yeah, okay. Is it just 8 or 9? It's not 8. And it's not 9. Okay. So you're not teaching me that, but you could be teaching me mean. So, but like, why put it in the middle? I mean, it's such a weird, especially when we're doing a count of this. And like we've definitely done count before. Maybe I did the math wrong, but let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, 14, 15, 16. Is 51? Yeah, I did the math wrong. Are you 51? No. Are you 51 divided by 6? Which is 8.5. It's intriguing that was... It's like, that's, yeah. We figured that out. I don't know, man. What, So you taught me, go back in the log for a second. This is peculiar. Last transmission, we defined it mathematically. Here, I'm not sure that's the case. They're stretching its definition. They're making its meaning more abstract. They are. So you don't want me to do this mathematically, is what I'm tracking. So what if we're counting like the number of digits in it? So this would be 2 because 8.5, or it could be 3 because of the 8.5. Each one we count separate. No, I hate that too. Okay. This is where I know that it's not the correct answer to ever brute force these. I'm gonna brute force it and at least try all of the, kind of 0 through 10 range. Just because I'm curious if we can deduce more off of it. I think we've tried 6. I don't think we've tried 7. Okay. We've tried 8. How about 10? And then we have 11, 12, 13. This is concerning to me. This is concerning to me. What if the answer is actually just that word? Okay. We also know that we had definition as an idea. I wanted to look at... we haven't finished the section yet, so we don't know. Okay. These we did, and they're like area. Yeah. The definition is still kind of undefined, besides us thinking that it's a definition. It's kind of just like a variable declaration in a sense. Like it's an object that we're... I mean, maybe object is the better... Is that a better... I still like definition, but object kind of allows us... We get into like set theory and things like that, where maybe we can have different kinds of data collection, right? So object 0 has 3 digits, an operation, 3 digits, and then we're counting the number of things in that. Which unfortunately is still 7. Count has always been a number. Now, it does make me think about... It can't be... It's making me think of like the like a length function, right? Where we're getting how... I guess it's how many things are in it, but we could get like the length of a... Instead of the number 14, right? It would be 2 because 14 has 2 digits in it. But what's weird is that it's the entire object, right? Which does not make a ton of sense mathematically. I mean, you can just keep on trying digits. We've tried pretty much everything in this realm. And then 16, I can't imagine is... Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You've grouped those transmissions, but what the hell did you group them into? So this is technically now a new set. Sorry, look at transmissions. Rounding. So why was that 16, man? Like, look at that last one again. Like, what the hell did I miss from this? I definitely don't understand that. Okay. So, 1 plus 1 is var 0, so that's 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. X is... that, which would be 2, 5. Are you just 2, 5? We humor it? Yeah, you like it? Okay. It's fine. Var 0, we're just doing programming now. So, 1 var 0. We're doing like matrices now. Sure. So 1 var 0 equals 2. And then 2 plus var 1 is 5. So var 1 is 3. And var 0 is... So this is plus 3. Are you teaching me we can have operations inside of the... Because var 0 can be anything. Yeah, okay. These are just like little small logic puzzles at this point, which I'm fine with. Okay, var 0 is 2. Var 1 is 5. var 0 plus var 1 is var 2. So this is 2, 5, 7. Yeah? 2, 5, 7. Teaching me that we can manipulate and have multiple things in there. Sure. Beyond just 2. Because we kind of treat it as a point sometimes, but it's really an array is what this is. Which almost makes me want to turn our parentheses into square brackets, but I'll live with it for now. Okay, object 0 is var 0, var 1. Object 0 count equals var 2. So the count of this is 2. Var 0 is 2 rounded. So var 2 rounded to the 2 positions is 12. Okay. Which also equals var 3. So var 2 is 2. Right? And then var 3 is 12? I feel like I'm a little confused by this one, just in terms of what they're trying to make me do. It felt like they wrapped me around a lot. Okay, sure. I think there was a lot of information I didn't need during that. Okay. Var 0 equals... Can we update shape here to not have a... I need you to not have a new line before. Because we've never had a scenario where we needed this, but var 0 equals shape 0. And then I guess line we also should update to be the same. It was useful earlier to have it on a new line, but I mean, I think that we're going to be constantly tweaking and recompiling. So var 0 is shape 0. Var 1 is line 1. Var 2 is 3. Var 3 is 8. Var 4 is 24, right? So then, if we need all of them, it's shape 0. Go back for a second. Shape 0, line 0. Shape 0, line 0. And then 3, 8, 24. 3, 8, 24. It feels like that's right to me. Really feels like you're just teaching me how arrays work. Okay, that's the week. Those last couple, I mean, I felt good about it. We kind of just blasted through them. I'm not 100% confident what we learned, but that's okay. Hey, transmission 74, they graphed it, man. That was the freaky one, right? Alright team, it's past 2200, it's been a long day, longer week. Let's keep this brief. We've been in the control room for 16 hours, time flies. We usually work 14 hours. Any new findings from my translation team? Are they 5-legged creatures? Do they feast on heavy metals? Do they speak in chords? Dr. Doppler, I think sleep would find you well right about now. I'm fine. Who needs coffee when you have sleep? Once again, I don't think you... Yeah, you're right. We're all due for some sleep. So tell me what's new. Give me the rundown, Dr. Olenki. To use their words, object count round decimal. I don't like decimal, but that's fine. And if it helps to provide context, we have already defined point, line, and shape. Geometry, beautiful. No, not beautiful. Difficult, cumbersome. Don't romanticize my pain. Acres can be a bit much at times. So I've heard. Though it's peculiar, we define an object after distance. Huh? Any theories why, linguist? Not the first time we've defined terms out of order. We defined the colon before negative. I suspect they're grouped by meaning, just as power came late but was related to signals number -5 through -8. And all of those, I hypothesize a similar categorization is at play here. Understood though not fully, I'll have to sleep on that thought, as we all should. But first, this week's most valuable employee is the damn genie lamp, man. Any guesses who this is for? We're all a bit tired. I'll keep the theatrics brief. This trophy is for Dr. Collins. Great work on all your linguistic analysis. Thanks, Dr. Doppler, though it really is a team effort. Let's all get head home. Good night, you four. Let's all get head home. Let's all get head at home. Seems a little forward, Dr. Doppler. Good night, sweet dreams. Good night. Okay. Cool. Cool. I want to look at a couple things, man, when we get back in. Because they're telling me something and I'm just ignoring it is the reality, and we should spend some time to look at it. Groups completed. Multi-part answers is what we completed. Sure. Vex, still only me and Dr. Olenki haven't received a stupid Employee of the Week trophy. Who cares? Meteor's mathematical logic is pleasant. They should instruct us to build a computer. Dear Diary, Doppler honored me with an Employee of the Week trophy. Well, it is an individual science academic trophy for Layla Doppler for the 1961 Oak Falls Brain Battle trivia competition of some kind, I would imagine. I suppose Doppler has a smart daughter. Sleep sounds good about now. Bah, it can wait. I've got a meteor in front of me. I am going to get raked over the coals in the YouTube comment section for object and decimal. So I will sleep with one eye open tonight. That's all I can type, sorry. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna view the hypotheses for all of those and see if I can get them to give me a little bit more juice. But we're moving along, man. We're moving along. More math, that's good. Take a look at the dictionary. Let's look at their hypothesis on this. Keep going, continued, ... Okay. Yeah, I like ... a lot. Actually, that kind of makes sense. That makes so much sense, actually. That's why the... Yeah, dude. You cooked, Batista. ... suspenseful, though it's fitting, I reckon. That actually makes so much sense, and I love it for it. This is round, approximately. In a sense, we could do... If I wanted to go back to this, we could. But I think I'd just like round in that sense. This is going to be count. Number, quantity, amount. I like count. I'm going to keep that. And then, what do you guys like for this? A struct. I mean, honestly, that is a really good way to define that. But I mean, I guess object still works here. I just think that we shorten it. I'm trying to keep everything, like, a little bit more succinct, right? But I like this a lot. So then looking at the previous transmissions for not this guy, 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 this guy, the ... implies that this object has 1 through 16. It's just a ... in the middle of it, which makes a lot of sense. And then this would be 0.333. I guess that's repeating, maybe, would be the idea there. Or it's just going on forever, right? So it's yeah, okay. I get it. Yeah, I get it. You've defined 3 new frickin' things for me. Brilliant. Can't wait. Okay. Recompile for me real quick. UR and A. UR and B. Good. And UR and C. But I also want to... The order in which these things are defined. So negative was first. Then this. And then 3, which was a comma. I do think the order of these matters. I wish I could sort them by the amount, but I guess it fine. I guess it fine. Okay, what do we got here? Boolean logic. Good. Finally, something I can do. Cool. Cool. Recompile this for a second. So... Yeah. So, C is false, B is true. But then A is just standing for... It's really if, right? It's an if statement, in a sense. So 1 equals negative 1 is false. So then this will be and C here. Let's define that and make sure that we're correct on this. Yeah, okay. I feel good about this. So you are an if statement. You are true. You are false. True. Those are some true statements. They sure are, man. Give me my next one. Yeah, give me my next one. Thank you. And false. Those are some false statements. True. Okay. So, if block, if 1 equals 2, if 1 equals 2 minus 1, true, yeah. If is not the correct word here. This is really just like it's a Boolean is what it is. So this is a bool. Or it's some kind of statement, right? Something along those lines. It might need to be updated from a Boolean in the future. So 2 is 1 plus 1. This is also true. Very true. Discrete mathematics was one of my favorite classes that I ever took, man. I had a professor that got fired a week before the final, and we realized we didn't learn half of the material in the class. But I didn't care because I just love, like, I don't know. I like Boolean logic. I like kind of the puzzle behind it. Shocking that a guy who has a YouTube channel where half of the games he plays are puzzle games enjoys puzzle math. But, you know, when I was brought on this project, this was not at all what I expected. My boss called me in, said the head of material science, some Dr. Douglas Doppler, requested an astronomy consultant. I was quickly briefed, agreed, and now I'm 2,000 miles away working through cryptic alien puzzles with you 3 blokes. If you were briefed, even briefly, why didn't you know what to expect from the mission? I'm an astronomer, that's what I expected. Some of this is out of my wheelhouse, I'll admit. Linguistic analysis in support of translating an extraterrestrial artifact. That was the title description on my office desk. I'd say so far it's been an accurate depiction, though similarly, uncharted territory. Yeah, you've certainly contributed to a good chunk of what we've gotten through. Same with Dr. Bautista. Don't sell yourself short, Dr. Akers. You recognize the hydrogen line frequency. We wouldn't have gotten anywhere without that. Akers, you little goober. Okay, we got bool 0 is true, bool 1 is false, bool 2 is true. So, bool 3 is true equals false, which is false. Bool 4 is false equals true, which is false. 0 equals 2 is true equals true, which is true. Yeah, I like it. I can live with that. Thank you for the transcript. Dr. Akers, if all this alien decryption is out of your wheelhouse, what would you consider in your wheelhouse? I'm an astronomer. I expect to consult more on astronomy. You know, stars, galaxies, black holes, neutron stars, planets, moons. Not so much on decrypting radio transmissions. In your research focus, my dissertation was titled Radio Astronomy to Map the Milky Way's Elemental Composition. Radio astronomy? It's like using an optical telescope, except instead of visible light, you're looking for radio waves. Atoms and compounds naturally emit electromagnetic radiation, always at distinct and consistent frequency bands. You pick up on those bands and you know what you're looking at. Fascinating. You're mapping the invisible. Cool. Okay, so we got a new statement here for true. Let's call you and a for right now. Let's recompile. So true is and a false. Is not is what you mean. Yeah. Very good. I like that immediately. Not's a good word, man. That's a good word to have unpacked here. So true is not false. False is not true. Bool 0 is true. Bool 1 is false. Bool 2 is false. Bool 3 is not bool 2, which bool 2 is... So bool 3 is true. It's just true, okay? It's just true. I can live with this. This is my section, man. I love this. I love this. Bool 0 is true. Okay. Bool 1 is not bool 0, so bool 1 is false. And that equals var 0. Okay. Why is this transmission asking for 3 responses at once? That's annoying. That'll make it tougher. I imagine that's the point. The aliens don't want us to stumble through their message, brute forcing through all the signals. This is an intentional roadblock, something we must overcome to understand. These aliens ask for a lot. I suppose they're emphatic about us understanding this meteor's message. Okay, so bool 1 is false, which means var 0 is false. So start with a false. Then var 1 is not bool 1. So then var 1 is true. And then var 2 is not false, which is true. So false, true, true. I like false, true, true, man. Yeah, I like false, true, true. Very good. Feel good about that. Dr. Akers, you mentioned elemental composition in your dissertation title. Help me understand. Ooh, right, I'd love to share. All matter is made of atoms. We can classify and characterize the atoms if we count their protons and electrons. Hydrogen has 1 proton and electron. I see where this is going, okay. Helium's got 2 of each, carbon's got 6, and while there's many elements, some are more common than others. So by proportional frequency, you're saying we know that across the universe, hydrogen is more prevalent than carbon. Oh yeah, way more prevalent. And I can give you exact numbers too. Pretty much the whole universe is hydrogen and helium, about 98% if you count by mole rather than by mass. So the universe at scale is shockingly homogeneous. I wouldn't go that far. Some atoms mostly, how they're arranged in space makes all the difference. Get a lot of mass in one stellar zip code, and they come together to form a star. Suddenly the star fuses atoms together, and that's what finally makes the new elements. If the star accretes too much mass or runs out of new atoms to fuse, it goes supernova and explodes with even bigger, newer atoms. If a star is dense enough, it collapses into a dense hole, or black hole. And what happens then? Not sure. Black holes are a mathematical curiosity, but no one's ever seen one. That's cool. Okay, recompile, please. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to and A your ass. And then this is still going to be Boolean logic in some way. So true is true. You're teaching me and. This is and. Sorry, I meant to define it over here. This is and. Stop it. This is and. Yeah. It's Boolean logic, bro. What does and mean? As in a logical and. Huh, never heard of that. Then maybe you could check the reference section under logic. Maybe I will. Oh, baby, a new section in the reference. I guess this was here before, man. XOR is where my brain's gonna break because I, like, never remember XOR. But that's fine. Alright, recompile me real quick. So true and true is true. True and false is false. False and false is false. Bool 0 is true. Bool 1 is false. Bool 2 is true and false, which is false. Because true and true is the only thing that can be true. Okay. Now you're going to do more ands. Fair. So we got true, true, and false. So 0 and 1 is true. Var 0 is true. Then we have var 1, which is 1 and 2, which is false. I know what I'm doing. Another 3 at once, huh? Those boogers. I, for one, am thankful. I want to squeeze every last drop out of meaning of this message. If this is their method of choice, then so be it. Well, I admire your intrigue, Dr. Collins. Okay. And then var 2 is bool 2 and bool 2. False and false is still false. I forgot to add the parentheses on the end. Yeah. I know. I just forgot my parentheses. Don't shoot me on sight, okay? I know it's right. Okay. This is going to be probably or is my bet. I'm just going to go under the assumption it's or. And yeah, they already love me, man. That's good. Or? Logical or. You never checked the reference tab, did you? What? No, of course I did. Dr. Relinke, you think you can explain it to me? Yeah, man. I can. It just means that one or the other is true, then it's true. So true or true is true. True or false is true. False or false is false. Bool 0 is true. Bool 0, bool 1. Sorry, why is my brain collapsing looking at this? So bool 2 is bool 0 or bool 1. Bool 0 is true, bool 0 is false, so this is true. Sorry, brain collapsed for like a small second reading that. Call me a star becoming a black hole, man. Okay, true and false. Var 0, true or false. Sorry, true or true is true. And then bool 1... This is bool 0. 0 or 1 is also true. And then bool 1 or bool 1 is false. So this is this. Yet another threer. You know what? If that's how the aliens are going to play, then fine. I'll play. Bring the triples on. Haha, Dr. Akers, I admire your grit. Me too. True, true, false is correct. They gave me the but it's correct. I know it is. Every time it takes a little bit to process it, I get scared, but we're still here. Okay, bool 0. 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's correct. Bool 1 is false. So var 0 is those or, which means that it is true. But the second is and, which means that it is false. And I submit. And I know I'm right. A double test, no triple? Oh, come on, just when I was getting fired up. Dr. Akers, it's a good point you bring up. There's always a bit of meaning in the way each transmission is structured. Oh yeah, that's definitely what I'm saying. No, you weren't, but that's okay. You brought it to my attention. You know why they're giving us a double instead of a triple? No? Look at the transmission. They're directly comparing and or. They're delineating the difference between the two. Yeah, we know. Okay, million things on this one. Bool 0 is true. Bool 1 is true and false, which is false. So we got true, false. Bool 1 or true will always be true if you have an or true. So we got true, false, true. And then not bool 2. True, false, true, which would be false. So true, false, true, false. And we send it. True, false, true, false. I also fully acknowledge the fact that I could do T and F on these. Yeah, I probably should, okay? But I don't care enough. I have a good feeling about this. And there it is, my favorite green light. Yeah. Okay, define you as and a for right now. Recompile, because this is going to be, open up your reference real quick. Because this is going to be XOR. So 1 XOR 0 is true. 0 XOR 1 is false. 1, so it's whenever you have, it's the opposite of or, right? So 1 or 0 is true. No, this is not right. This is not XOR, man. This is this is not XOR. Because 0, 1 should be the same as 1, 0, man. Unless I'm tripping on this. Bool 2 is 1. This is... It's not NAND. Maybe it is, actually. No, it's not. Because this would be true in a NAND. Why my brain do be collapsing? This is... So... True and false, false and true. That's these two, man. Because 1 is true, 0 is false. If that... Sorry, I guess if you don't know Boolean logic, then that doesn't make sense. So... This is not ands, because true and false is true. And true and true is false. But false and true should be true, man. What? Is it NAND, man? So if this is true, because that would be not and. Or NAND, right? I don't know why this one's tripping me up so much. Make you NAND for right now. The fact it didn't tell me is not XOR, man. I know it isn't. So 1 NAND 0 is true, but 0 NAND 1 is false. 1 NAND 1. What are the other, like, bitwise operations, man? Or Boolean operations. Because there's a few others that I'm missing. You've got... I mean, that's really it, right? It's not and, or, and X, or. But... Show me... Sorry, I'm doing Googling on the side. Show me NAND's Boolean expression. So NAND is... 1 0 is false. No, 1 0 is true. But 0 1 is also true. And 0 0 is true, but 1 1 is... Because it's the opposite of and, right? So... You're doing something else. What are you doing? Why am I stuck? Why am I stuck? It's got to be in the reference guide, right? Some kind of... These are just logic. Take me back in here for a second. Any other arithmetic functions we don't know? Logarithms I still don't understand, and that's fine. Absolute value? 1 plus NAND 1. What if it's just opposite? Yeah, man. Yeah. So, it's just the opposite. So 1 opposite of 1. It's flipping the bit. It's I don't remember what that's necessarily called in I mean, I guess it's just not again, right? So 1 not 0. I mean, this is true, right? We know it's true because 1 plus 0 is 1. It's not NAND, though. I really should change this from NAND. So, this is... Okay, well, now I'm, like, mighty confused by this. The triples are back. Let's do this. I'm mighty confused by this. I need you to go back to and A, because I guess I don't understand you. Because now you swapped from being true and false to just being equivalency. I mean, this is just equivalency. So this would be false, true, false. Right? I'm just gonna be real with you. I am expecting this to fail. But I would love to be right. False, true, false. Yeah, you hate me. What am I missing on this? Go back to this one. This is a brand new section. This is probably a good place for me to end, man. We're at 54 minutes. We'll continue with our bitwise operations here in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, as always, liking the video, much appreciated. We're continuing along, okay? I think that Act 2... We've got to be coming to an end of Act 2 soon. 133 transmissions is crazy. We're doing well. I'm having a lot of fun with this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.